We've hit a major logistics roadblock in our travel plans here in the EU. My original idea of how we would spend our time in the European Union has completely unraveled. I'll explain. You wanna go for a walk? When we arrived in Spain a month and a half ago, my passport was stamped for 90 days, meaning that Mila and I can stay in Spain for 90 days, anywhere in the 29 countries in the Schengen zone for the next 3 months. Then, after that initial 3 months, we have to leave the Schengen zone for 90 days before we can come back. Now, I did my research, and I knew about the 90-day in, 90-day out rule long before we got on the flight to Madrid. But my initial plan was to go to Morocco or Turkey or maybe Albania on our 90 days out. But it turns out this is not possible. All thanks to, rabies. I know, Meals. Can you believe this view? So the European Union classifies all countries as rabies controlled or rabies high risk. And based on the country you're entering the European Union from, there's different rules and regulations to bring your pets in. If you're entering the Schengen zone from a rabies controlled country, the process, oh, Mila wants to get out. Look at her. Okay, Meals, okay. All right, hold on. Here, go there. Okay. She's like, Mom, let me out. Okay, as I was saying, enter the Schengen zone from a rabies-controlled country. You have to have a rabies vaccination, a health certificate, you have to have the European Union import form, but other than that, you can pretty much enter easily. Sorry, she's on the move. She's on the move. But to enter the EU from a country that's considered high risk for rabies, you have to do all the normal things, plus a titer test, which you have to have a minimum of 90 days before you plan to enter the country, and the test has to be done at an EU-controlled lab. And it's a lot of time and effort and money, and honestly pain for Mila that I don't really want to go through. Guess what the European Union, the Schengen zone, classifies Turkey, then Morocco, and even Albania as? High-risk rabies countries, meaning that those countries are no longer viable for us to go to during our 90 days out of the EU. And now, I have no idea where we're gonna go in January. Where do you wanna go? You wanna stay, don't you? You're like, I like Spain, it's nice here. I can walk around castles. So here's where we need your help. We need to figure out where we're gonna go next. Ideally, I would like to stay somewhere in the European area. We don't have to get on a super long flight. Obviously, the country has to be classified by the European Union as rabies controlled. I'd like it preferably to be on the warmer side, as I don't love the winter and Mila's never seen the winter. So I've done a little bit of research and it looks like we've got 4 country options. So we've got the UK, Bosnia, Macedonia, and Cyprus. Those all seem to fit the bill, but I'm just not sure about going to the UK or Bosnia or Macedonia in January. But I'm really, really open to suggestions because I'm kind of at a loss right now. If anybody has any ideas, please drop them in the comments. Please help us. Where should we go in 6 weeks? I have no flights booked. I have nothing planned. And it's gonna be okay because it's always okay. But just another thing that we are navigating, I guess, as we live on the road. So that's that situation. The good news is Cooper, our dog nemesis from our last video, has left the co-living. What we ended up doing was just texting back and forth. Mila had her time out in the garden. Cooper had his time out in the garden. And the two just never met again. I really appreciate all the kind comments and suggestions and input that you guys had about how to handle the situation. So thank you all so much for that. But we're really happy that Cooper has left the country, I think. I don't know where they are. Okay, there's a dog coming. We gotta go. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you really soon. There's a dog coming, Mila. We gotta go. A dog.